In Connecticut, testimony is resuming in the Preppy Party Murder Trial for defendant Raul Valle. Let's go into the courtroom now as one of these stabbing victims is on the stand.
Yesterday we were talking a little bit about the fight.
Yes.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Just before the fight started, where were you standing in the yard of 43 Laurel?
Right before the fight started.
Okay, I'll get it ready. Showing you 50, states 52.
It's right about when before the fight started, we were standing like around this area.
Okay. And when you were standing in that area, who were you close to?
Tyler Rich.
Okay. And were there two individuals on the lawn at the time?
Yes.
That were not invited to the party?
Yes, sir.
And those individuals are who?
Tyler De Silva and Raul Valle.
And out of the both of those individuals, who were you closest to?
Raul Valle.
Okay. And when the fight started, can you tell us what occurred?
What occurred when it started? So Tyler threw a punch, and then after that, it's really not so blurry, but I don't really recall who I was throwing kicks at, but I was involved in the fight.
What kind of kicks were you throwing?
There was like medium-sized kicks. Like there was like a stomping motion. It wasn't hard though.
And at some point in time, did you stop kicking?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you did that, what were you trying to do at that point?
Break up the fight.
And at that point, I think you indicated yesterday that you were amped up. You had adrenaline.
Yeah, a lot of adrenaline flowing through the body.
At some point, how long was the fight?
Like 30 seconds.
And after 30 seconds, at some point in time, did you hear anybody scream anything?
No, I did not.
And when the 30 seconds ended, at some point in time, did you have an occasion to realize that you were injured?
Yes.
And tell me about that.
So when I realized I was injured, someone came up to me with a flashlight and they pointed it towards my arm. And when they pointed it, there's like a piece of fat sticking out, like this big giant piece of like just gushy fat. And then just blood like all down the side of my body. So yeah. And then before that, I even noticed I got stabbed. I saw Tommy on the ground, laying in the grass. Like, couldn't move his body at all. And he was just, like, kind of stuck there, like, helpless.
What did you notice about Tommy?
His knees were just bleeding, like his whole legs. And he was just laying down there and, like, just, like, helpless. And then when I looked over to the right, I saw Jimmy McGrath. His, like, body was just, like, blood everywhere. And there was Sal and Jacob was just helping him. Yeah.
Did you notice if anybody else was injured?
No, that's all I noticed at that time.
When you realized you were injured and you saw Tommy and Jimmy, what did you do after that?
So when I realized I was injured, I was with my friend Benjamin Catley, and I went into Tyler Rich's bathroom to try to clean me up because there was so much blood on the side of my body. They thought like I might have got stabbed on my side, but that wasn't the case, obviously. So it was me, him, and Danny Rivera in the bathroom, just cleaning myself up, like trying to like figure stuff out, trying to like find something to wrap my arm up with. And then after that, we went back outside, and there was cops there, ambulances there, and that's when they brought Jimmy to the hospital first. Then it was Tommy. And then after that, because at first I wasn't really trying to go to the hospital because I thought I was fine. And I didn't want my parents to get mad at me for like getting stabbed or whatever. But I wasn't trying to go to the hospital. Okay. But then they told me I had to go. So I went after that.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to show you, this is State's Exhibit. So I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 60. I think that's where we pretty much ended yesterday.
Yeah.
Show you frame 171. This individual right here with this black shorts on, t-shirt off, and looks like something on top of his head. You know who that is?
Yes, that's me.
And do you know what you're doing at this moment in the fight?
Was definitely throwing some kicks right there at the beginning, and then trying to break it up after.
And can we play the version? I'm gonna have you watch the regular version of the video.
Yes, sir.
Lightened up version. I want to ask you a few questions.
Yes.
Yes, sir!
Now, the person that yells, yes, sir, do you know who that is?
Yes.
Who is that?
That's Tanner Chernowski.
And who's the person that, after Tanner Chernowski yells, yes, sir, who's the person that says, let's go?
Let's go. That was me.
Okay. You were yelling that?
Yeah.
Why were you yelling?
So, I mean, like the whole, I don't know, it was just what I was saying at the time. Like when I said, let's go, M-word.
Okay.
It's just the way I talk.
Okay. And when you heard in the video, he's got a knife, you didn't hear that?
At that time there, nah, I didn't hear that.
Do you know who said that, having watched the video?
I do not recall.
Okay. Now, when the paramedics arrived, did you in fact end up going to the hospital?
Yes.
And what hospital did you go to?
Griffin Hospital in Ansonia, Derby.
Okay. And when you got to the hospital, can you tell us a little bit about what treatment you went through?
They just stitched me up. Honestly, I don't really remember much from me actually being at the hospital because I really kind of blocked it out of my head. But they sent me up there. It was maybe I was there till 3, 4 in the morning, maybe. And then after that, I just went home.
If I may approach the witness room. Faison, I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 70 for identification purposes. Do you recognize State 70?
Yes, I do.
And what is State 70?
That's my arm.
Okay, is this a fair and accurate picture of your arm the morning of, after you got stitched up?
Yes, sir.
To show you State's Exhibit 71 for identification purposes. Do you recognize 71?
Yes.
And what is 71?
That's also a picture of my arm.
Okay, and is this a fair and accurate picture of what the wound looked like stitched up after you left the hospital?
Yes, sir.
And the only difference between 70 and 71 would be what?
The piece of paper over my arm.
It shows the length of the wound?
Yeah, length of the wound, yeah.
Stay right off, this is full exhibit, Your Honor.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. Court will accept into evidence dates 70 and 71. Thank you. Full exhibits.
I'm going to show you State 70 that's been marked as a full exhibit. State 70, is that what your wound looked like after your hospital visit, Faison?
Yes, sir.
And State 71, that show, I guess, the length of the wound
Yes, sir.
on your arm?
Yes, sir.
Faison, do you still have a scar?
Yes, I do.
Can you show the ladies and gentlemen of the jury where that is?
It's right here.
Your Honor, may the record reflect the witnesses pointing to his left elbow area?
Attorney Smith, are you able to see you and your client?
I can see, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
And when you received the stab wound that night, you said you had fat hanging out?
Yeah.
How far was it hanging out?
It was it was nasty, man. It was hanging down to here. It was.
And when you went to the hospital, did they have to push it back in?
I don't know. I don't recall what they did with it.
How long after you got out of the hospital and you received the stitches? How long was your recovery in this case? In relation to your wound?
To my arm. So I had my arm wrapped up and stitched up for about 3 to 4 weeks, give or take. I had slight nerve damage, like nothing too insane, but I did not feel it in my arm for a little bit. It was just numbness. And then for about a year after it all took place, like I could be doing the simplest of things, like going to get a glass of water from the fridge, and my whole arm just like shut down out of nowhere for like just like a split second, like, and just go numb, just come down. I'll just be like, oh, whoa, that's crazy. But now,
Does that still happen?
occasionally, it's not as often. Like I would just say, like literally every once in a blue moon, it will happen.
Now, as a result of being stabbed on May 14th of 2022, have you had any other types of effects? Has this wound had any other types of effects on you?
Like mentally?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has.
Can you explain how it has mentally affected you?
Yeah, it was the worst day of my life. Plain and simple. Like,
Why was it the worst day of your life?
never in a million years did I think being at one of my best friend's house, I would get stabbed, or 3 other of my friends would get stabbed, or Jimmy McGrath would die. It's like, even I think about it like every day, like I try to really mentally block it off from myself, because I tried therapy, but that don't work for me. It don't. Like, I just couldn't do it. So I just try to like mentally block out everything. And even some days I'm just like thinking to myself, like, why him? Like, it sounds dark, but I'd be like, it should have been me instead of Jimmy. Because you don't see kids on this earth like that. Like, just a kid that smile every single time you see him. You don't see that. It's really rare. And it's like, I don't know, man. It affects me every day. Like, I can't even go to church no more like that. I used to go to church all the time. Like, I'm talking pastor, my dad a pastor, all that stuff. That's why I figured out Jimmy died. So I can't go there. Like, even when I try to go, I start messing my head a little bit. I just start thinking about everything. But yeah, like, this messed me up, man. Like,
Has since May 14th of 2022, has this affected you with regards to your schooling?
yes, it has also. I started at the University of New Haven nearly like 3 months after I went to, after the incident happened. But I like couldn't really do school because all I would think about is what happened for the first year and a half. So I had to drop out and start doing community college for a little bit. Just like get back on my feet, kind of, sort of. But this year I will be going back to the University of New Haven and then hopefully graduating on time. That's a hope. That's a hope. But if I'm in 5th year, it happens. You know, it's normal. It's life. But that's really it. You know, like, it was hard in school, man, because I had no one to really talk to about it. Because I didn't want to like even tell people like I was involved, because it like paints a picture that you trying to like get people to feel sorry for you off the rip, and you just meeting new people, you know? So I don't want them to think of me as like, oh, this is just a kid who just got stabbed, and he's like looking for remorse from all of us, and we just met the kid. So I really just kept it to myself when I first got to the school.
On May 14th of 2022, at Tyler Rich's house, did you have any weapons on you?
No.
Did you use any weapons that night during the fight?
No.
I have no further questions.
All right. Attorney Smith?
Thank you.
Sure.